Okay, hi friends. Okay, so we're gonna actually be talking about something different. So it's actually a homegrown local brand that is kind of going up now in Singapore. And it's actually a brand that I'm sure many of you have known of or have heard of, and it's actually called Ascent. Now, Ascent has actually branded itself as a brand that is very customer centric. It's actually very into what the riders needs and wants in Singapore and what they actually look for in a bike. Now, Ascent has actually kindly lended me their wheels. Yes, I said lend. They didn't give me, I didn't buy it. They lent me the wheels. And also, I was a bit bored with my wheels and I didn't know what to do anymore with life. Yeah, but anyway, so they decided to lend me their wheels. Now, firstly, let's talk about Ascent's philosophy. Now, on their website, they have this thing called Omnibalance philosophy or Omnibalance design, which actually encompasses steering capabilities, aerodynamics, comfort, traction, and response. So these 5 things. Now, all of these are supposed to cater towards the comforts of you, me, and whoever has bought their wheels already and tested it out. Now, especially since they're a homegrown local Singaporean brand, it is actually quite surprising to know that they have already have dealerships with many other places overseas, and they even have certain people who are notable mentions on the entire cycling world in the entire cycling YouTube industry, such as Cam Nichols, Norcal Cycling, Peak Talk, and GC Performance, and all of these people have already said that the wheels are amazing. Now, if you don't know and you don't know them, and I don't know what you're doing, are you living under a rock? But if you don't know them, go ahead, go and check them out. Why am I helping them? I don't know, but they are basically trying to say that the wheels are good. And if you don't trust me, you can go and check them out lah, because I'm just a small fry. But anyways, I have not seen a product that is so fixated on their philosophy to the point that they even decided to go and put this big ass Omnibalance word on their wheel. Now imagine putting your own philosophy onto the design of your flagship product. Now if you don't do it, like you really should just go and kill yourself. But we'll get to that later, because yes, they have put the Omnibalance design word on the wheel, and I just told them to go and kill themselves if it doesn't work. But we'll get to that. So according to my laptop here, they have a 23mm internal rim width, which is big. It's like the one of the biggest internal rim width there is in the entire market right now. And you can fit like 32s, 35s, or whatever wheel you want to put on it. Now on the outside of the rim, the thickest part is actually 35mm. So it's kind of like an oval, or it's like an oval slash teardrop shape, I guess, for the rim. It's a 69mm rim depth. Now, I don't know why I decided to go and shoot myself in the leg and borrowed a 69mm rim depth. Yes, rim depth wheel. It's 69. It's so thick. It's like it's this thick for the rim alone, and that's very, 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 very thick. Now, surprisingly, for 69mm, it only weighs 1,600 grams or 1.6 kg. Go and convert yourself into pounds, okay? And I took the wheel that was running DTswiss 240s, which is a very standard, foolproof, idiot-proof, nothing can go wrong, free hub. Now, the wheels were actually aero optimized for 28mm tires. However, Ascent has told me that they can go 32s and it'll be fine. It wouldn't really balloon up, which is a good thing because now comfort is everything, and that's why people are going tubeless. And yes, comfort is a big thing in cycling now. So 32mm, you're just gonna be feeling like you're riding on clouds. Now, lucky for all you accident-prone people out there, all you people who go into the pothole and then your lightweight Obermeyer wheels decide to die, Ascent has a lifetime parts and crash replacement policy, where it just only gives to the original owner. It is actually wind tested in North Carolina. Okay, now so I'm going to be porting over my old wheels onto these new sets of 69s. And my old wheels, if you guys don't know, is a Parkour Strade. So this is only like what, 49mm, and this is 69mm. So I guess that's a very big jump. And since I don't have money or access to a wind tunnel, I'm gonna go to my very own free wind tunnel,
which is Tanah Merah Coastal Road, Singapore's very own non-indoor or slash outdoor wind tunnel, where it essentially is everybody's playground, well, at least for the east side people lah. It is our playground where we test out new products, do our trainings, our intervals, and all those other kind of nonsense. So now, why am I going to TMCR today? We have new wheels, which we are gonna be trying out, and I honestly cannot preview when I'm talking because it is freaking loud. Like, it's damn loud. And then it's just rolling at like what, 28 kilometers an hour. Just now I was rolling 40, and then it was like bees were chasing me or something. It's extremely loud, but that's nice because it omits the purpose of a bell, and I no longer need a bell. Never had one in the first place anyways, but yeah. Now, first impressions of the wheel. Obviously it's gonna be slightly harder to accelerate because it's 69mm. It is definitely a bit more sluggish on the acceleration and on the like getting to speed lah. But that is expected of a deep wheel, as deep as 69 actually. So I'm kind of used to it because my previous wheels were 65s. Now, one other issue that I'm facing is of course crosswinds. Now, crosswinds are definitely more like, you can feel it more obviously on the wheels, and it's kind of a bit twitchy in a sense because of the winds, not because of the wheel. Now, the wheels are actually not twitchy. The wheels are super responsive, super stiff. Haven't really whacked it yet but super nice as well. And once the wheels gets up to speed, it's actually quite nice to maintain. I was holding 40 km per hour at around 240 to 260 watts. I can't really control my power outage, but it's within that range. And it was quite nice to be able to push 40, 45 at that power. Can't really remember my previous wheel. I think if I were to hit 40, 45, I would have to push like, what, 280, 300 watts. So that is definitely some weight saving, wattage savings. But it is still, the problem is it's still slightly sluggish. But that has nothing to do with the wheel. That is just how it is. I think so far the wheels has been something that I've kind of already expected because of how 69 or 60 and above wheels handle, which is extremely like, okay, it kind of have to hold the crosswinds. It's not very fast in acceleration, but all these is things that I've already expected from a 60mm wheel. But one thing I'm actually quite impressed is that crosswinds are not as obvious, even though it's a 69. And from my memory is that crosswinds were painful when you're using 60+mm wheels, and I was hit by quite a hard wind. I still moved, but it wasn't as bad as what I recalled it to be. Deeper wheels are always so much nicer. It looks so much more aggressive, which is like, you know, like more swai, you know, like more cool. You know how like cars always have that big GT spoiler? Big GT wing equals more cool, you know. So I guess that's how the aero wheels are working right now. Deeper means kinda look better. Shallow wheels are okay. It's just that I kind of have a soft spot for deep wheels on the bike. Maybe it's time for a free hub sound check. That's what I meant by it's freaking loud. Like, if I were to ever freewheel and talk to you guys, that would have never happened. I could have never heard you guys, or you guys can never hear me. And it's quite loud, it's extremely loud. But that's kind of nice. The new wheel made you lie. 47, if you tell you 35 already, you go 47.
People of life. Got elderly here, you know.
You got elderly, no. You will never respect your elderly.
Now all I needed was 180 watts to be able to maintain 35 km per hour. It was very nice when it just holds its speed. It looks very nice because it's a deep section wheel on an aero bike.
Today wind very strong. See these two suffering. Suffering. The wind a bit strong tonight. Why the wind so strong? But surprisingly the wheels are holding well. Not much twitch, especially on, okay, I said too early, but especially on such strong winds, surprisingly there's not much twitch. Painful wattage. Let's test the wheels.
Now I decided to go and test the wheels. Essentially by testing I mean pushing my legs to the limit and trying to figure out whether or not these wheels will go fast and how would it feel when I am feeling fast. Now although I'm not going any faster than majority of the people out there, I was still holding 45 plus and that was quite fast for me, pushing at about 300 watts average. I think that's quite a manageable effort for myself. It's just gonna be a seated effort all the way to NSRCC. Honestly, it's a less than 5-minute thing. It's not gonna be very hard, but it was definitely quite painful and I really enjoyed this all-out push towards the end with the new wheels.
And you're lazy to go home.
Sure, if it was a shit pair of wheels, I wouldn't even be making this video in the first place because it would have been a shit pair of wheels. And I've been actually holding the wheels for about a month now. And every ride I went is with these wheels because I'm too lazy to go and change another set of tires on the other wheel. So if you guys actually have nothing to play with, try the 42s because it's actually one of the most like balanced and all-rounded wheel in Singapore I guess. Why you want to go 69 on Singapore? It's gonna be very heavy for some of you guys, and 42s is a good place to just cut off. And the wheels are equally as good because you know why? They have the Omnibalance word on the wheel, so you can trust that the philosophy is still there for them. So let me know in the comments below if you guys are actually already riding an Ascent Polaris, be it the 42 or the 69mm, and what is your experience. Maybe you write down your experience below, then people can decide. Those people who are planning to buy the wheels can decide whether or not they should go and buy the wheels. And I think that's a good chance for them to go and venture and try out new wheels if you have the budget to do so. I'm not getting paid. Regardless of whatever happens to this video, whether it blows up or not, I'm still not getting paid. But it is based off my own personal experience with the wheels. It is based off all these bigger YouTube content creators and their cycling creators, all their experience with these wheels, which you can go and check them out, and maybe if I can find the video I'll link them below. And these are all things that I think is very important because as a company you are very rider, like you care about your customer and you care about what your riders wants and needs, which is a good thing, and it helps to build customer base, and your customer will go and tell people about these things, which I think is a very good initiative and a very good thing to stay to your roots and your morals. And if you think about it, you are technically buying a wheel that was thought about and created for you.